Hey everyone, it's Lauren. I am working on using that big wood veneer cut file piece that we got in our June kits. So I'm pairing it up with this paper that has got some lovely bright colours to it, and then I'm going to work on changing the look of the wood veneer. So I pulled out the black Vicky Buden art crayon and I draw on there and then use my baby wipe to smudge, but decide it's not going to be the right coverage for the wood veneer. It's soaked in too much, but also didn't give an even colour. So instead I'm pulling out black gesso. You can use black paint, it's the same, basically the same thing. And then I'm going over with this iridescent stickles that we got in a kit end of last year, so that I can add some shininess to it. And now looking at it, I really wish that I had some little space kind of photos or something to add, even though it worked out well. But it, when I went back to edit this video, I really thought space would have gone very well with this, now that I've changed the colour and the look of it. So I did think about putting my photos behind the stars and using them as the photo spots, but quickly move away from it by the fact of it was too hard to line up the photos in the size, and it was going to be too fiddly for my liking. Some people are very good at that kind of scrapbooking where it's a bit of fiddly and a bit effort, but that is not me. Speaking of not putting in effort, I then backed the back with the foam tape, cut them all the right pieces and put it in a whole lot of places, added some extra glue, and I've stuck it down. Then going to cut the edges, because that is a smaller wood veneer than the 12 by 12, only slightly, but enough to matter. I wonder if the white is going to provide a nice outline to the star. Instead, the black works much better, funnily enough, seeing as it's all black. And I'm just going to add some scribbly lines and then some dotted lines around most of the circles, not the real circle stars, not around the real small stars, that's for sure. So I'm going to spare you that, and we're going to come back, and I've got my photo. It's going to sit right there, and then I'm going to work out what else I'm going to put on it to finish this layout. I pull out the words photo op, and it's just going to sit so perfectly in one of these stars that I do consider putting some others in the other stars, but quickly decide against it when I realise it's going to be too cluttered if I put a lot more things on. So I'm going to commit to my photo by gluing it to the wood veneer, and I'm going to look through my die cuts. I've pulled out the sequins to add some last, once I've got my clusters happening, but I do not add them. Anyway, do I? Actually, maybe I do add at the very last a couple. Anyway, so I've pulled out some photos, and I have this lovely journaling spot that I'm considering. The flowers stay, the journaling spot does not. I was thinking it took up too much of what was going on in the background, but also I didn't have much journaling. It was just my son being a little bit of a poser when I asked him for a photo. So going to put the little flower cluster here to the bottom of the photo, and then I'm going to add a cluster to the left side of the photo by adding a whole pile of word stickers. So they're going to overhang, they're going to be inside the photo, they're going to be to the edge of the photo, they're just going to be a line of them right down the left, and then a bottom one's going to be a nice long one that lines up with the flowers to the right. So that's a pretty easy way to use up a whole pile of word phrase stickers. As long as they fit with your photo genre, then you're set to go. We're going to just work on making sure I've got them all where I want them to be, and mostly straight. Not like, to me, straight means that it doesn't deter your eyes from what's going on and makes you look straight at it. I also have backed that whole wood veneer on to a white cardstock, which has made it a lot more stable, but also has just given it that bit of that white background and made it a full 12 by 12. I'm going to add another cluster up here above the photo op title, And that's just again going to be the flowers. 3 little cute flowers, because why not? And 3 works well when we're talking about design. So I'm just holding them down while I have a little think, and then I try to pull out some of the printables to see what works. Instead I fussy cut the rest of this flower, which was a pocket page card, or actually a cut apart card, which got cut down to be a pocket page card, but then also cut down to be this embellishment. So, and put a tab sticker over to the right there, so I'm adding little phrase sticker to fill in that spot. And then I am going to work on gluing down a couple of these sequins. Not too many, because they're going to just be overwhelmed by the sparkle. Instead, I'm just being purposeful about putting them in groups of 3s in the embelly clusters. So I do consider bringing in a label, but quickly decide there's nowhere for it to sit, and it would just be more clutter to already bright, vibrant, different kind of clutter. So what else are we going to add to it to finish it? It's not too much to go. I have gone to get something. Oh yes, I've gone to pull out this label that I've just fussy cut, but it doesn't work for me. It's not going to be right. Pull up my pen because I was like, oh, maybe I'll journal in a star, but it's not what needs to happen at all. So there we go. Just finish it with some of these stars that were from first layout, just because the colours work really well, and because I'm using the same kit. So you can pretty much bet, like if you're making something for one layout and have some leftovers, that it's going to work for another layout using the same kit. Anyway, here's a close-up, and hopefully this has got your creativeness flowing and you've gone to create or have been creating while I've been talking. Have a good day, guys. Bye.